while giving his annual State of the Nation address. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned NATO allies that they risked provoking a nuclear conflict if they sent troops to fight in Ukraine, stating that Moscow possessed the capability to strike targets in the West.
From Russia tonight, Vladimir Putin giving his annual State of the Nation address, and in it, warning the U.S. and NATO allies against any idea of troops from the West in this war with Ukraine, warning of the risk of nuclear war.
The Russian president has previously spoken of the dangers of a direct confrontation between NATO and Russia. But this was his most blatant warning ever.
Говорили о возможности отправки на Украину натовских военных контингентов. Но мы помним судьбу тех, кто направлял когда-то свои контингенты на территорию нашей страны. Но теперь последствия для возможных интервентов будут гораздо более трагичны.
Speaking just weeks ahead of the presidential election, in which he will almost certainly be re-elected, Putin praised Russia for having the most advanced nuclear arsenal in the world. The State of the Nation address was delivered shortly after French President Emmanuel Macron suggested that NATO countries should still consider deploying ground forces to Ukraine.
There's no consensus today to officially send, support, and take responsibility for troops on the ground. But as things develop, nothing should be off the table. We will do everything necessary so that Russia cannot win this war.
Тоже есть оружие, да знают об этом. Сейчас только я сказал. Тоже есть оружие, которое может поражать цели на их территории. И что все они придумывают сейчас, чем пугают, реально грозит конфликтом с использованием ядерного оружия, а значит уничтожением цивилизации. Они чего, этого не понимают, что ли?
Russia's relations with the West are now at the worst point they've been since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. Within the past week, unmistakable evidence has established the fact that a series of offensive missile sites is now in preparation on that imprisoned island. The purpose of these bases can be none other than to provide a nuclear strike capability against the Western Hemisphere.
Putin has made his darkest and most specific threats yet about using nuclear weapons against the West.
Designed for intermediate range ballistic missiles, capable of traveling more than twice as far, and thus capable of striking most of the major cities in the Western Hemisphere, ranging as far north as Hudson's Bay, Canada, and as far south as Lima, Peru.
The planet sits on the brink of global catastrophe as the chances of a nuclear event continue to rise daily. Will humanity reverse course before it's too late?